Our technology will be the first truly revolutionary technology in diagnostics in the last 25 years. So Facible's mission is to bring hospital-grade diagnostics available to everyone, regardless of their socioeconomic status or where they live. Our technology doesn't sacrifice speed for accuracy or accuracy for speed. And this is what other legacy technologies do. They can either be fast or they can be accurate, but not both. When you're talking about infectious disease, such as the pandemic, you're really limited to two types of tests: a PCR molecular test or a rapid antigen test. One of the pain points I saw was that people had to travel to go get tested. You should be able to test where you're most comfortable, first off, and then it's always this time delay. Whenever you travel anywhere, hard to get to, and then you have to sit and wait for results. And so there's a lot of time that just adds up outside of the testing. The reason people have to travel to go get tested is because that's where the hospital-grade diagnostics are. They're in the lab. They're not in your house. Those lateral flow rapid antigen tests that people use, they're not super accurate. So I want to cut out the wasted time by bringing the test to you.
What's really is going to be very revolutionary in our panel is that we're going to add those antibiotic resistance marker. So now, on top of being told which pathogen you are being infected with, we will be also able to tell the customer which antibiotic he needs to take.
This is where this technology is really going to make an impact, is where people actually need it. We don't want people to go to the hospital to get tested. If you want to go to a Walgreens or a CVS and get tested there, by the time you're ready to check out, your results are there. The antibiotics are prescribed, your antivirals are prescribed. It's a one-stop visit.
The QLA technology is fully synthetic, which means that we can create a brand new test within weeks.
It doesn't require a lot of virus in the sample to detect whether someone is positive or not. This allows us to detect someone earlier in their infection cycle, much like PCR does.
Those reactions are near instantaneous and they are very specific, and the combination of those two parameters make the test easy to use and give you a very fast results. In order to make our test available for everyone and everywhere, we need an analyzer. And this analyzer, we want it to be affordable. We started to work on it. We are using off-the-shelf technology that we're combining together. So now really, we ensure that everybody, wherever you live, will have access to this hospital-grade diagnostic.
QLAD is actually a chemistry. It's this molecular probe that we have in there that can grab onto a protein or a target and then it becomes bright. So when it becomes bright, we know the target is present. It's like a light switch is turned on only when the target is present. So without the target, the light switch is off. When the target is present, it flips the light switch on and we actually read the amount of light coming out of the sample.
So the workflow is going to be very simple. You are going to take your sample, put it in our proprietary buffer, and then once we introduce a few drops of your sample to the test, within 5 minutes, we will be able to read if there is fluorescence, meaning that the target was present, or if the sample is still dim, meaning that you were not sick.
Partnerships are very important to us, especially early on. This allows us to get our technology out there into the wild, see how it performs. We've had technology partners that have partnered with us that we've actually shipped our test to and sold our test to. We have a letter of intent signed for distribution in Middle East, North Africa for 18 million units once we get through our regulatory hurdles. So these partners have been crucial for us to get our tests out there in a volume that otherwise would be more difficult for us. Facible is young, and when we start to mature, once we start to get our regulatory approvals that allow us to get into these really big markets, we're talking hundreds of millions of tests a year potentially for 6 respiratory diseases. Considering the price point that we want to go at, this equates to a revenue in a year that's north of $700 million a year.
We of course want to be in the American market, and so we anticipate our FDA approval by 2025 and to be able to kick off our starts in the US by then.
Our technology spans more than human health. We can talk about measuring the health for animals, plants, for the environment, such as water quality testing. And when you consider all those separate markets together, it's a very large market. It's estimated to be $400 billion a year globally. We focused on the human health. That market by itself was, in 2019, estimated to be $60 billion. That's really where we're focusing our initial tests on, is that human health market. This IP space, because it's a new technology on top of that, allows us to really create a lot of valuable IP space here really fast. So today we've had 2 utility patents filed, likely be filing our 3rd provisional patent here shortly for the next evolution of our technology. But what that means to people that are investing is that there's a lot of value created really fast when IP space is open, because we want to put out multiple patents a year in a wide open IP space, and that really adds a lot of value to companies. Investing in Facible at this time is investing in technology that is potentially so impactful on a broad scale. It can reach rural communities, it can be used in big cities, it can be used in food supply chains, it can be used in multiple points, and really the impact of this technology is hard to really grasp if you're just looking at human health. This is your chance to become an investor on a technology that can really change how people measure and understand their health. This is going to change the world of diagnostics as we know it.